One of the reasons why we want to go through this is because we always tell you that when the person on the bottom takes the knee past the centre line, they've made a mistake. Okay, so we're going to look at ways in which you can capitalise on the mistake. Okay, it's only a mistake if I make Bryn pay for it. Okay, if he has his knee here and I don't manage to do anything with it, then I haven't punished the him being out of position. Okay, so just a simple drill to start with. Okay, might take most of the session. We'll see how far we get with it. So Bryn's feet are going to be disconnected. Okay, his knee's going to be blocking. I'm just going to look to get my leg is caught inside the knee shield out of the entanglement. Okay, so what makes this guard effective is the fact that Bryn can pull with his bottom leg because it's hooked onto my inside leg and push with his top leg. Okay, so the knee shield only feels strong because of this like counter action that's going on with his legs. Okay, if I can take my entangled leg out, so he hasn't got the bottom leg caught, now there's no threat. Okay, there's no like clamp on my hip. Okay, so when the feet are open, that movement is there, the opportunity is there, okay, because my leg can travel between the feet. So what we're going to do, okay, to start off with, think of this as an extension of the warm-up. I'm going to use my hip to press Bryn's legs together. Okay, so for my hip to press the legs together, I need to get my knee out of the way. Okay, so I don't want to be looking to take my hip forward and trying to push down. Okay, I want to take my knee backwards. Now, when it goes backwards, I want it to go back in a straight line because I'm looking to make sure that I connect the tip of my knee on the floor. Okay, we're going to use our Bryn's leg. We're going to use our windshield wipers to get out, and to do that, we're going to want to pivot around the middle of the knee. Okay, so look, my knee goes back in a straight line, and I push my hip down. Okay, don't worry about what's going on with the upper body right now. We're just looking at the leg work. Okay, when I do this, what I want my knee to do is I want to make the bottom leg shorter. So my knee is going to look to travel down the calf. Okay, so it's going to travel down. Okay, so my knee goes back, my hip goes down, and now I can turn my hip. Okay, so my heel goes outwards first, and then from this position I can circle over the top of the bottom leg. Cool? Really simple to start with. So the knee shield is open. Okay, so there's an opportunity to come between the feet. Okay, I want to position myself so I can move my legs effectively. Okay, while also repositioning Bryn's guard so it makes it easier for me to get out of. Okay, so to do that, look, my knee goes back in a straight line and my hip goes down. Okay, and then from there, look, I can take my foot like I'm trying to kick myself in the butt. Okay, and then I'm going to circle it over the top of the bottom leg. Okay, then you can just sit back and then repeat. So just think of it as an extension of the warm-up, and then we'll build on this position. Okay? Yes? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So we're going to look at an extra little detail that's going to help you get your foot free. Okay? Sometimes people can start like clamping down, get right around the corner, and all they're thinking about is defending that one thing, which is the windshield wiper. Okay, so we've already got the skeleton movement in. Okay, so we're driving our knee. We need to stay on that pivot point. Okay, but now the actual windshield wipe, okay, if I stay square, is relying on the internal rotation that I have in my hip to circle. Okay, and if they've got, like, say, longer legs and they're right round the corner, okay, look how far I have to travel. Okay, so it's really hard. If I stay square, for me to really try and get my heel around the corner, sometimes I'm not going to be able to catch it. Okay, so I'm just going to change the plane that I'm on. Okay, so this hip is going to lift slightly so that I can actually turn the angle of my hips. Now everything's redirected and it's easier for me to windshield wiper over. Okay, that's a massive emphasis. That wouldn't actually happen when you're rolling. But when I get everything into position, look, you see this one's lifting slightly and this one's turning. So now my hips are facing in this direction. Now with the same internal rotation, I should be able to clear the foot every time. Okay, so if I'm staying square, like I might get it every now and again, but I could potentially get caught. But then once I add that hip rotation and the internal rotation there, I can always clear. Okay, so it's a little detail, but it's really important. Okay, so if Omid's actually holding on as tight as he can, look, I get my knee in position, and then I'll always clear. As soon as I do that little hip rotation, I change the plane, and it gives me a lot more leverage on that angle.
So do the same drill, but on the bottom be a bit more active. It's still drilling, but you're looking to have a bit more action on the bottom leg, so the person on top has to do the correct movement like windshield. Everyone understand?
I'll do from the other angle as well, just so you can see. Which way? This way, just so you can see my feet here. So Omid's actually holding on really tight with his bottom leg right now. Okay, so I get my knee in position and then I turn. Okay, see the hip, the whole vision of my hip changes angle. Okay, only for a moment, just so that I can clear. It gives me a lot more internal rotation. Well, it doesn't. I've got exactly the same amount of internal rotation, but the angle gives me a lot more leverage. Okay? With your partners, 1, 2, 3.